Scorpio, this is Kay and you're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome to your Zodiac reading. We're starting with the Zodiac 108. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, is going to give us near or far past energies, as well as present day energy and near future energies. I hope you're doing well, and please like and subscribe. Thanks so much, guys. Alright, what do we got, Archangel Michael? For Scorpios, past energy. We have spring, new moon, the maiden, within 1 to 3 months. Awesome. So it's either this past spring, because I know in North America here, we've just gotten out of spring, we just entered into summer. Could be last spring, something happened, or it's going to talk about the spring coming up, but I have a feeling it's last spring. So the present day energy is youth, all right? And then near future is emerald. Beautiful. Healing, fertility, and so forth and so on. Wow. All right, so spring. New moon, the maiden, within 1 to 3 months. You know, the maiden is like someone who's going to be impregnated, right? And become a mom. But something's happened. So youth, it could be that you are thinking back to your youth right now, what it was like to be a kid with your siblings and stuff. You may be looking forward to starting a family if you're in that age category and you're interested in that sort of thing. But it's mutable energy, breaking free, rebellious, insecure, idealistic, on the verge of something, trying things out, being naive, hormonal, you know, why we behave certain ways, finding self, impressionable, independent, receptive, and strong-willed. Okay, so the readings aren't for anyone who's 18, who's younger than 18. Not sure if it's 18 and younger. I don't recall. But so it has to do with an adult, right? We're going to be talking to an adult here. And in the near future, we got emerald. Healing, fertility, eternity, reflection, humility, sexuality, rare, peace, soul restoration, growth, strong relationship, balance, free-flowing love, mature love, and heart chakra. Boy, this sounds like somebody, Scorpio, it's sounding like someone's getting into getting ready to be in a relationship. Maybe it be your first relationship, and you're just kind of breaking free from the adolescence or the young adult phase of our lives. Young adult is like the early 20s to, I don't know what it would be, 27 maybe. But the young adult age is something you may be in right now, or you're just seeing things from a youthful perspective, an independent and youthful perspective, having left whatever it was that made you feel like you were, eyes are on you to be, that people saw you in a very, you know how it is, like, I know I got to get it out of my mouth here, how it is like when friends and family, friends, and other people, other people that may not be friends, but just acquaintances of your family, they all seen you when you were young. Now this could be, you could be a woman or man. This doesn't mean that you are a young woman. Okay, it could be a young man I'm talking to. But they all see you as being, oh yes, I remember you when you were blah 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 blah, and now look at you. You're a young woman. You're a young man. Look at you now. They're seeing you. They're remembering you as being young and naive and vulnerable and just young. Young and inconsequential in the sense that you really aren't in that. When you're young still and behaving like a youth, you don't really have much impact on the world. It's once you become an adult, that's where you gain your freedom, your independence, and then you start making decisions on your own, choices on your own. But until then, you are under someone else's care and possible control, right? So you're breaking free from that. That's why I say that. It's because you're breaking free from it. You're rebelling against someone else's ideals, someone else's controlling nature, someone else's expectations, and just someone else's demands on you. Maybe they demand that you go to school, that you get a degree, and no less than a doctorate degree, that kind of thing, or a lawyer. And you're like going, okay, I might go to college. I might actually go to college. I'm not sure about university, but I might go to college. But I'm certainly not going to become a lawyer or a doctor. I'm not going to become an accountant either. I'm not doing any of those things. So you can just forget that, right? I'm going to be doing what I feel is going to make me the most money. I say that because that's what my daughter, she figured that she needs to go to school, and the major that she needed to take had to do with it. And I think we all do it, right? Had to be a major where there's going to be work. For number one, there's going to be work available to you, and number two, how much money am I going to make? It's got to be a good amount of money. So if you're not like a youthful person, still being looked at by your people, whoever they are, as being someone who needs to go out on your own and be independent, because maybe you are already, you are just looking back at how things were so much more uncomplicated back then. Libra, Scorpio. Things were so much more, and I know I've done this myself too, is things become very, very demanding, and we have to become very, very responsible for our life and our decisions we make, the choices we make, the amount of money we make or we don't make, how we're going to live, who's got to pay the utilities, who's going to pay the rent, who's going to walk the dog, are we going to have a dog, what about groceries, what about groceries, and oh yeah, and a car, or do we have to take a bus? Do I have to take a bus, or can I get a car? Am I going to be able to afford to get a car with the work I'm doing? There's so much to have to, let's say you get all of that and the white picket fence, and you're feeling overwhelmed by everything. You're, during this phase, because this is just for a period of time, right? This reading is not for the rest of your life reading, okay? This is just for a snippet of time in your life where you're feeling maybe overwhelmed, far too many responsibilities. Maybe there's a good amount of money coming in, but there might be more than a good amount of money going out, and you're feeling that responsibility of when's it going to get better? When am I going to be able to have enough money to go out for a cup of coffee with my friends? Go to a show, go out for dinner, that kind of thing. Just having a little bit extra disposable income so that I can have some entertainment in my life as well. Feel free, like a kid. Enjoy some time with my friends or my siblings, my cousins, whatever. Just wanting to be able to find a way where you can have things are taken care of, you're taking care of things, but it's good. It's good too. You're okay, you're safe, you're secure, you're in, like I was talking to Libra before, and they're in an ebb phase. They're not in the flow phase, and you might be feeling like you're in an ebb phase too, Scorpio. But you can trust that the ebb, when you move through the ebb phase, it's all about learning what it is that you could do better the next time the ebb phase comes through, because the flow will be when you're in the flow of what you've taken from the challenges and obstacles during your ebb phase. So it's life is all about growing and evolving. It's not about staying stagnant and staying in the energy of being irresponsible. It's in the energy. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying that you may be thinking back to a time where you could be irresponsible, where people, they were in charge. They were in charge of, or they were responsible for paying for your tuition, paying for your shoes, paying for your gas, and maybe if you smoke, pay for your cigarettes. I know my parents did. I don't smoke. I haven't smoked for a long time. But back then, my mom would buy us cartons of cigarettes. So my dad said, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you buying them cigarettes? We don't want them to smoke, right? Because health reasons, right? So anyways, emerald is that, don't worry, you are going to end up going back into the flow phase of your life, or the waning phase of the cycles of the moon, the waxing and the waning. The waxing is down, the waning is up. The waxing is down. Or is it the other way? It's the other way, guys. Just don't listen to me, because sometimes I forget, okay? The waxing is the waxing is a good time. The waning is the not so good time. Let's just put it that way. I'm sorry for confusing you, because I'm confused. So this is going to be, we'll just stick with the ebb and flow, okay? Forget about the cycles of the moon. But we've got healing, fertility, eternity, reflection, humility, sexuality, rare, peace, soul restoration, growth, strong relationship, balance, free flowing. There you go, flowing love, mature love, and heart chakra. Yep. You're going to be sitting in a phase in your life in the very near future. Remember, this is near or far, but the future, that's the past. This future is definitely near. Could be, 6 weeks from now, or, a couple of months from now. Okay? So, you have to take timing with, you just don't take it too seriously, right? Because everything's different. Everything has its own timing. So yeah, you're going to be in a phase of life, their flow of life, looking and feeling like you've got things under control. It is a very rare time for you with being emerald energy. But you're going to be able to truly, take advantage of it in the most auspicious way, because when you've got a gem in your hands that's a rare gem, you can choose to either sell it or hold on to it. So it's up to you what you want to do with it, but either way, whether you sell it or hold on to it, it's just going to, with age, if you hold on to it, it's just going to become even more valuable. Generally, gems do, right? But if you sell it, you're going to likely get a good price for it, depending on how many, faucets it has, and I don't know, the light that can shine through it, and I don't know, the size of it and stuff like that, right? So there's where I'm at with that right now. Let's talk about the Lenormand here, Archangel Michael. For Scorpio, can we find out what the Lenormand would like to say to add to this story? For our beautiful Scorpio people. Okay, we have, wow, the main male. Main male. Alright, more information needed. Oh, there we got the anchor. Yeah, that's putting down anchor, right? Trying to find that stable and secure, not drifting too far off course kind of energy. Adjudication. Wow. Okay. Main male. Is this you, or is this the person you're dealing with? There could be somebody, I would say there's somebody that you're trying to break free from that may have been too impulsive, too irresponsible, and you're needing to, pull up anchor from the situation, from the relationship, to be able to find a place that's more calmer waters for you to drop anchor in, to feel stable and secure in. But that having made that decision, to make that decision to do so, is going to have you making the final decision, even if this means you got to take it to court, depending on what your situation is, Scorpio. But you'll be making the final decision because the final decision that you make is going to bring you peace. It's going to help you heal whatever it was that caused you some kind of this to be present in an energy that was just limited, chaotic, little, I keep going like this. I'm trying to think of the phrase, the word for it. Just kind of off kilter, like just not feeling like you're secure in it, like that's safe. This is a good place to be. This is a good place. This is a good person to be with, doing life with, doing whatever with, Scorpio. And they have a lot. They have been having a lot of. They've been taking up a lot of space in your head, like, they've got rent in your head that they're not paying for. They're taking up rent in your head, and the two of you had been together having good times and whatnot, and it's very, very possible that this person is still wanting to do that, but you're saying, hey, can we not take this to the next level? Should we not take this to the next level? And they're saying, I don't know, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Let's see what the major arcana has to say. The High Priestess. Whoops. It flopped out, as you notice, like this, right? So it could be that you weren't seeing things. You weren't seeing what you needed to see. You weren't seeing the way, you weren't tapping into your intuition to be able to get a good read on this guy before you decided to give your heart to him. That just came out of my mouth. It just came out of my mouth. So there's something to be said about that, because that's Archangel Michael. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, yeah, you weren't seeing what you needed to see before you gave your heart to them, Scorpio. Now it's being revealed to you, you're seeing it more now, that the childish, the youthful behaviors and times you had with this person, the good times you had with this person, was not to ever evolve into, a secure base, a secure foundation of a relationship, and to build a secure, lasting foundation with this person, because they were in it for a good time but not a long time. The Knight of Wands. That's the energy of the Knight of Wands. Being youthful. Knight is like, it's like the teenager. The Knight is the teenager in the deck, and kind of the young 20s, right? And this is what we're talking about here, the teenager and the early 20s. So this is the person you're dealing with, and that's this person here. They're in the Knight of Wands energy. You didn't see it because you were too busy enjoying yourself in this relationship. But time has gone by, and you're getting the sense that you're not getting the sense that they want to move it along. They want to move it. They do. They just want to move it to keep it going the same way it's been going. They don't want to move it into more of a commitment, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, Scorpio. Yeah. But remember, you're going to pull up anchor as a result. And then you're going to be sitting in a rare situation that you may have never been in before in a relationship, having made the final decision that you're not going to let your love or your commitment to somebody, one person, this one here, to keep you from moving towards your life and having a relationship with somebody who wants to take it to the next level. You're going to make that final decision. Okay? That's what the tarot is saying. What do we have here? We've got the Star card. It was a wish fulfillment to you. Being with this person, they must have dazzled you. Bedazzled you. They did that, Scorpio. They swept you off your feet. Maybe it was somebody that you've seen for maybe known them for a while and you know, not intimate with them, but just know of them, and you've always had a desire or fantasy about being with that person. At some point they noticed you, and the next thing you know, they're asking you out. And you're just like, wow, you know, with it being kind of like your first real love, first love kind of thing. And they swept you off your feet, and you just feel like the heavens were pouring down upon you, and that your wishes were being answered. Could have been something like that, or if it's not somebody that you've seen for a while, it's just somebody you ran into, met, and you felt an immediate attachment to them. Yep, immediate connection. And you might have thinking, this is my soulmate, or this is somebody I've lived many lifetimes with, and we finally met. You know, that kind of thinking. We have the Fool, okay? Now the Fool, as you know, can be looked at as if wanting to take a leap of faith. You know, taking a leap of faith with this person, thinking, if I pour my heart into this relationship with this person, pour my heart into them, they will pour their heart back into me, and we will take a leap forward, you know, evolving the relationship, taking it to the next level, committing to each other, maybe moving in with each other. And if it's not that, is that this person, or I should say you, may be feeling as though things are not going in that direction. You're just sensing it. You've been sensing it, but you've not been really heeding the red flags about how this person is not talking about. You know, you've been together for a while, dating, you know, not living together, but dating, or maybe you are living together. But it's still just dating to them, because it's not a matter of, okay, well, my toothbrush is here, and I'm always going to put my toothbrush over here, you put your toothbrush over there, and that's the way it's going to be for the rest of our lives together. Okay? You know, they don't want to think about getting a loan to buy a car together. They don't even want to have a bank account, a mutual bank account where the two of you are on the same bank account. Pardon me, I think there's a mosquito in here, and it's trying to eat me. So, you know, it just landed on my lip there for a second. So, pardon me if I do the thing that's trying to get the mosquito away from me. I don't even know how it got in the house. But anyways, this is what's going on here, is that you may be feeling like you have been played, right? And that you are a fool, feeling foolish. Okay, don't think that way. And if they never really gave you, maybe they did give you signs and signals, but you know what, especially if it's our first love, we don't know to look for red flags. And even if we know to look for red flags, we may not see them for being an actual red flag that is that important, because after all, I love this person. And they're telling me they love me too. So why do I need to, I just need to trust that. That's, even if there's red flags popping up all over the place, I don't need to be afraid, because I love them, they love me. And so then we have the Five of Pentacles here. And that is you feeling like, you know what the Five of Pentacles is, right? It's feeling like you're being left out in the cold right now. This is present day energy. You're feeling like they are, maybe they've become unresponsive to you, especially whether you're living together or not. If you're living together already, they are just trying to avoid having any kind of conversation with you about moving the relationship forward. And you're sensing there's the red flags, right? This is not likely going to go the direction I would like it to go. That's what you're thinking, Scorpio. It could be. But it's also, if you're not living with them, then it's a matter of they're just kind of ghosting you, you know, or trying to avoid you. Or if you generally got together every Friday night, it's like, oh, I'm going out with the guys this Friday night. You mind if we wait till next Friday night to do what, you know, we plan to do? That kind of thing. So you're feeling as though that you may be getting some rejection coming your way. Feeling like you're looking from the inside out on your own relationship. Looking to the inside from the outside on your own relationship. But look at here, why do I get a feeling that this is not them? King of Cups. King of Cups, it feels like it's not them. Okay, let's just keep going. We got the Ace of Pentacles. Brand new beginning. Ace of Pentacles, and that could be relocation as well. Let's see. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Oh my God. So there's why I felt the King of Cups is not this person. This is a new person in your life that you're going to be able to move forward with. You're going to be able to hang your hat on their head. At least in their closet, right? You're going to be able to hang your hat in their closet, right? And they're going to very much want you to hang your hat in their closet because they've got some very deep feelings for you. They're looking out. They're looking out, right? They're not looking behind them or ahead. They're looking out. They're looking out for you. They're looking out for someone like you. They may or may not know you. You may or may not know them yet. You might even have your back to them for a while. That's what I see here is you could be having your back towards them because you may not be recognizing what this person could be for a potential in a relationship with you right now, because this is right now. You could be looking at this person, or you will be looking at this person in the very near future as though you are very, you're wonderful counterparts, and it would be lovely if it was like this, but you're not. You got your back to them. So I'm just telling you that there's going to be a major opportunity right here coming to you in the near future that is going to be so valuable to you and so rare and beautiful to you, right? That your final decision is going to be, I am walking away from this turd right here because I've got better things to do, but I've got to make sure that I'm not going to jump into this. Would be my second serious relationship. I'm not going to jump into it. I've got my back turned to him, so it's kind of like, yeah, my back's turned to you, but doesn't mean I'm saying no. It just says maybe. I'm saying maybe if they're trying to get your attention or ask you out, right? You're just saying, I can't right now. I just can't right now because, you're thinking, oh, I need to come across as though I'm a deep thinker about stuff like this because I don't want another Knight of Wands situation where I give this person carte blanche of my life and end up having to put burdens down and moving on. Being Nine of Pentacles, independent and on my own, leaving the chance of being able to have a home and live under the same roof with somebody in my life. I want to make sure that when I walk away from, with the Eight of Cups, when I walk away from this person, I am not going to rush into, and this is what you learn, right, from having a situation like this. This is what you come to learn, that you're feeling very much outside, out in the, in the dark about things. You're just feeling left out of this person's life and out of having that love that you felt for them. It's like now you have to question it. You have to pull up anchor. But you're going to be throwing that anchor back down again once you get yourself turned around. And I can't turn it around so that you're looking to them. But once you get yourself turned around and you say, yeah, okay, this time I will go out with you. They might have asked you out 10 times, but you're just saying to yourself that, you know what, I can't rush into something. It became a heavy burden to me. I had to put the burdens down. I had to walk away because this person was doing me wrong, basically. They weren't going in the direction with the relationship that I felt it should go, and that I felt I wanted to take it because I loved this person, right? And so you're just going to be taking it very discerningly. You're going to be discerning to make the final decision to say, I'm done with that. Yes, I'm done with that. I can cut my emotions away from this person the way I love them, so that I can dedicate my heart and my soul to somebody who is like a perfect counterpart for you, right? Where you're going to be able to turn to them finally and say, let's go on a date. Let's do that. Okay? I'm ready. There's your opportunity. The Ace of Pentacles is always, the aces are always something that is divinely offered. So you're being given the Ace of Pentacles, an opportunity for a new offer, a new beginning, where it's going to take you somewhere else in your life. It's going to transport you into that connection that you thought you had with this one, but you didn't. You didn't really, ultimately you didn't, but you're going to be transported to this relationship right here, where this person's got their cup for you, you got their cup for them. They love you deeply, they have deep emotions for you, and they are emotionally balanced. This guy isn't, because he's a player. He's not emotionally balanced. It's all about ego. It's all about him, right? This guy here, he's been through all that. He's a king. He's not just a knight. He's a king. So he has integrated his quality of love, of emotion. He's integrated into himself, and he's also showing others how it's done. Allowing them to follow his example or not. But a queen is somebody who integrates her quality, which is for the cups. It's the emotion. You've integrated it as well, but you lead by example. So it's not like you're telling people, trying to teach people how to be in touch with their heart and to be emotionally balanced. You just become that way. You wear it on your sleeve how balanced you are. And people admire that, and you become such a strong love magnet for that. You already have it here, but you were just... you were matched with somebody who wasn't of the same caliber at that time. You were just growing yourself, growing and learning how to be a deep lover, to be someone who is emotionally balanced. So while you were learning and growing that way, you attract people to help teach you how to really step into that energy of being emotionally balanced and, true to yourself, committed to you, self-love, self-care, having the integrity of what it means to give your love to somebody and expecting that they are going to have the same values and feel that way about you. You have every right to feel that way. And you do. You recognize that. You come to realize that as you grow into the queen energy. Okay? This is what I have for you. It looks beautiful, guys. So please like and subscribe. But you're going to end up having a really great near future coming. Something that's going to be very rare and valuable to you. A new opportunity. You've made the final decision. You've broken away from that. And you've met your perfect counterpart. Okay?